Should you open your door and your heart to your estranged child this Christmas? Let's talk about this because holidays can be bittersweet. For moms navigating these estranged relationships, deciding whether to welcome them back, obviously assuming that they're asking to come back for Christmas, or maybe you want to invite them for Christmas, it's deeply a personal choice for sure. So I'm definitely not stating that everyone should do this, but it's not uncommon just for this decision or thought process to really stir up your emotions. That's what I want to talk about. Today I have 6 tips for you on that. Number 1 is to reflect on your own expectations and boundaries. So I want you to think about this. Why are you inviting them back? Is it because you truly are hopeful for reconciliation? Or are you feeling pressure because it's a holiday and you have family traditions, etc.? Maybe there's some guilt or some outside opinions navigating that for you. I want you to define those boundaries ahead of time if you choose to do this, because past hurt, unresolved tension, which we know there definitely could be, I want you to consider what that would look like because you need to feel emotionally safe during this time. For example, you could limit the length of the visit if you're concerned about it becoming overwhelming. Another is to actually invite them to a meal outside of your home, maybe separate from the rest of the family. Regardless, I want you to definitely have a guideline of respectful communication. We just really need to do that. And it's okay to ask for that. Why is it okay? Because when expectations are not managed, this is where the frustration and disappointment can overshadow the visit. And actually, it will deepen not only possibly the estrangement, but resentment. And that's what I want to help you avoid. So number 2 is communicating clearly before the event where they would come together with you. Try to open that dialogue with them before Christmas Day if possible. This allows you to kind of figure out where you stand emotionally because, if you were to just say, I'd like to invite you for Christmas, but I want to make sure it's a positive experience for both of us. And then they can choose, right? Can we agree to keep the focus on enjoying the holiday? They can choose. They can say yes, they can say no. But this is not the time to address unresolved issues. The dining room table is not the place for heavy conversations like this. I just want you to consider that. And those deeper discussions can wait until after the holidays. But why? Why is that? You might be thinking, why don't I just do this if I have them here? We need to hash everything out. I do not recommend that. I do recommend clear communication, just being present with the holiday and giving you both that better chance of having a peaceful holiday, but also you're not going to go in with misaligned expectations. There's tension because you're both maybe a little nervous because you haven't seen each other for a while regarding, depending on your personal situation. But for those of you that are going through the journey with your child, whether it's an up and down roller coaster or flat out estrangement, you have had no contact. When you're ready for coaching, when you are ready to want to have someone guide you through this process, be your support system, and you want to learn more about what that looks like, I have a discovery call, and it's a 30 minute. It's not a coaching call, it's a consultation. And it's an opportunity for you and I to navigate what your concerns are, what this estrangement period is doing to you personally. That's where I come in. So the link for that is below in the pinned comment as well as in the description. Feel free to click on that when you are ready. Number 3 is the impact of family dynamic. If you have other family members that are going to be present, which you probably do, think about how your son or daughter's presence might affect that overall mood. A lot of you, and I could say, has there been previous holiday conflicts? And I know a lot of you are going to say yes, because I hear it over and over again. Whether it was Thanksgiving or Christmas. Maybe it was last year, maybe it was a few years ago. Are other siblings or extended family likely to bring up past issues? You don't need that, right? We do not need to do that. That's not the time or place. I would suggest talking with your other family members before you actually do that invitation. And maybe the tension will be okay and it might be unavoidable. There might be other ways to include them, like scheduling a time with them separately before or after the holiday. I know a lot of moms that do that, especially this first holiday, if this is your first or second year, or if there's just a lot of volatile behavior with other siblings, there's no reason to upset the complete apple cart, right? We don't need to bring this into the home if we already know it's not working. Welcoming them back is an act of love. It is an act of love, whether they see that or not. But we also need to honor the needs and emotions of the other members of our family. So number 4 is preparing for emotional ups and downs. Why? Because reunions are not always smooth. I want you to be prepared for the possibility that it may not meet your hopes. It could bring up some old pain for you or for them. I want you to keep your focus on the small things, on the small wins, and the fact that they actually do come home, if that's the case. Something small, these small wins, maybe you had a laugh together, maybe you brought up some childhood memories that were positive and it was something you could discuss. If not, just keep it really even keel. But if it doesn't go as planned, I want you to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. I truly believe that anytime you have a situation like this, you need to have a go-to person in your home, whether it's your spouse or another child or a friend or somebody who you can make eye contact with and saying, this isn't working, or yep, this is going well. Someone who's got your back emotionally, because you have got to be okay through this. So if we put too much pressure on one day to fix all of this, that can lead to hurt feelings on both sides, and we don't need that. Number 5 is honoring your emotional well-being. I want you to think about if you're uneasy about hosting and you're not sure, just reevaluate, and it's okay. Protecting your own peace doesn't mean you love your child any less. It means you're being realistic about what this could look like right now. Maybe not enough time has passed. Maybe you're not emotionally ready, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. One thing that I share with my moms in my group and that I coach one-on-one, I say this all the time. The holiday has traditions and heartfelt meanings for us, and I get that. But I want you to remember that it's one day. And then on December 26th, it's going to be a new day. And so we want to be able to welcome them back when you are emotionally ready. Do not feel guilty about prioritizing your own mental and emotional well-being, because you're going to show up better. When you're taking care of you and you learn these communication techniques and all of these things, you are going to show up fully better when you are ready. And number 6 is keeping faith and hope alive. If you know me at all, I'm a huge proponent of that, making sure that we do not lose hope, even on the days that are hard. New beginnings are very possible. Even if they come for Christmas and it doesn't bring the resolution you're hoping for, it's still a small step in the journey. And reconciliation doesn't happen all at once, and actually it shouldn't. Even a simple act like sharing a meal or kind words, or maybe you're able to watch a holiday movie together or something like that. These little steps forward can be life-changing in the overall picture. So this is some time for growth, and we don't want to overwhelm ourselves though. We don't want to overwhelm our kids. We don't want to overwhelm ourselves or the rest of the family. So bottom line is you have to take care of you first. And I know you know that. So I'm just here to remind you. God bless. See you in the next video.